Please remain seated. Stay calm.
Just like got it right in there and gagged himself
all up in there. And then
sock and toe.
I'm traumatized for him. So it's
grossed out about potential toe jelly.
You're
just trying
traumatized.
to get that toe jam.
Okay, somehow saying toe jelly is infinitely worse than saying toe jam. Get out of here. I hate that.
What do you like on your biscuits, Jamie?
Welcome, everybody, to the season finale of Heartland, season 3. Are we excited, players? Is everybody excited? This is like an easy night. I have nothing tremendous planned. I got all of the really cool stuff out last week. Well, except for this new thing that has started, of course. And you might fall into an opportunity to maybe tie up some loose ends. I don't know. It just depends on how eager you are to do something. But welcome, everybody who's out there to the show. We are live here Friday nights. We're going to be back next Friday night with Manhattan 2 is coming back. They were wanting it. It was demanded by many people. So we're coming back, and Curtis will never apparently hit with hard enough moves because I could make these players cry and you guys would scream for more. Right?
Yeah, we're into that kind of thing.
I mean,
Love
all I had to do was get close to a
make
cat.
Emotional.
Yeah, don't touch the animals and we're all good, but you know.
But you know,
emotional
verbally abuse us, that's fine.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Good. All right, then nothing's changed. And I'm still doing it the right way. So it's going to be sort of a short night as far as actual gameplay goes, but you might get a little bit of information and some fun. And then we're going to hang around for just a smidge afterwards to answer viewer questions, discuss whatever is on the mind to be discussed. If anybody has anything to be discussed, if not, then we'll all go and maybe I'll throw in a marble racing after party or something. Did anybody come out for dramatic marble races last night? It was quite the thing. Old Curtis and T-Dorf ended up backstage, I think 3 times. There were some steel chairs involved. So you might want to check that out from time to time. But we are in Heartland tonight, and when we were here last, I'm adjusting my volume a little bit. It doesn't sound like, there we go. Balancing some things. Bear with me just a moment. You had all just had quite an experience at Daisy's house. I have alluded to some history with Daisy's house. Maybe we'll stumble into that at some point in time. But during the process in the battle with the priest, cleric, clergy of who knows, haven't found that out. They were lured into a tunnel that opened up below Daisy's house, inside her house, that went then underneath her house, led by a small, glowing, pale, albino 8-year-old. And as you are led down, of course, I told you her glow appears once she's in this tunnel. And you'll soon, as you're... Well, first of all, before we get to that, let me ask you. I want to know what everybody's thoughts are as you're walking down. It's going to be kind of we'll say it's a long traverse as you are going on this downward slope further and further and further. Who is the type of person who might be like keeping track of distance? Is there anybody who would do that? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, no?
Daisy.
Daisy would?
Like
I
how
would
far
assume
we're going?
Yeah, like pace it out. Like, because after you walk about 15 minutes, if depending on the pace you're at, if you're at a Daisy pace, that's probably about a mile.
Yeah, I would definitely keep track of that and keep my eyes on this child that we're following, because I've been tasked with destroying something in my house, and I don't trust this kid. But yeah, I'll try to just keep my mind sharp.
You roll me a keep it together. You're getting further and further away from your house. You're probably 25, 30 minutes into this walk down this slope now. You know that you're a ways away.
Okay.
The kid is acting sort of like an 8-year-old would, excited about whatever's in front, and getting ahead of you, running off like they do at the mall. For those of you who haven't yet, well, that's all of you. None of you have had that experience yet of my cast, except, well, Duke, perhaps. Wouldn't
Okay,
know.
I rolled a 12.
So I'm not going to be hardcore on the dice roll, but as you get further away from your house, Daisy, and this kid is getting further ahead of you, in spite of, should you call out to it, it just kind of giggles and, come on. How does that make you feel?
Out of like the list there, I think distracted.
You can go off book if you want to. I'm cool with it.
Paranoid. We're getting further and further from reality, it feels.
What do you do?
I just keep stepping forward and following it, and
What about the group of people that are with you?
I'll stay with them. I'm not gonna like really run too far ahead. But once we do get kind of further down, when I do kind of feel, all right, this is this is
Right.
ridiculous. This isn't under my house. I'll turn back to them to kind of get their thoughts and slow down my pace a little bit.
Yeah. In fact, once everybody gets to about the 20-25 minute mark, you're all starting to kind of get that feeling like, shouldn't we kind of be someplace by now? So I'll open it up to you for the moment.
I stop walking just kind of abruptly as the kid goes on in front of us. Wait,
What?
this is impossible. I don't. Aren't we getting a little far away?
From what?
From the house, from
Daisy,
anything. I haven't really seen any changes.
a portal kind of opened up. I'm not sure that the house exists.
What do you guys think about this kid?
Fucking creepy.
Yeah.
I think he's friendlier than what was trying to kill us in your house. He's not actively trying to murder us.
Oh, actively is a key word.
The other alternative was throwing me around like I was a frickin' pancake.
Or stabbing folks with invisible knives.
I kind of like subconsciously reach to my thigh where Pike had stabbed me earlier, and there's still like that tear in the fabric, even though the wound is gone. So we just keep following him?
Well, what are we supposed to do? Turn around?
Like
and
we
go
have a
back to what?
choice.
Daisy, make a roll plus soul for me, would you?
Maybe if I can find it.
If she can find it,
There it is.
she will roll it. That's the Cheech Chong song, I think.
11.
And 11. When you check your wound, it looks like it's gotten some infection that is starting to set in. And where you can see what would, at probably in a day or two, start to form, like a bit of a pus pocket. It moves. Like a little swimming motion.
Oh no.
Is something wrong, Daisy?
Very calmly, I look up to the doctor. You don't happen to have like a Band-Aid or something on you?
A Band-Aid?
I could have sworn this was closed up a moment ago, but it why don't you just take a look at it? And I
Okay.
present my thigh.
I look at it. What do I see?
It looks like what you would describe as the very early stages of a very large boil. The wound has sort of sealed up. You can still see it. It's a knife wound. You can still make that distinction, but as a whole totality, the surrounding tissue is starting to get a little inflamed. It has sort of sealed up over the hole, the opening, and thus the infection has gotten trapped.
it doesn't look great. Does anyone here have like peroxide, or I know this is a long shot, or antibiotics of some sort?
We literally just ran out of a house.
I
Into a
realize
portal.
this,
Forgot
but
salt.
Daisy's wound is not looking great. I would need a knife to do anything first and reopen the wound and then pour
Oh, I
in
have a
something to
knife.
clean
Oh
it
yeah,
out.
we got knives.
And
Very
I'm
nice.
sure we had a knife. It's just we need peroxide or alcohol or something,
Yes,
and
you
not
do
the
have.
kind we drink.
I've
you do
got
have a
stuff back at the
bladed weapon.
house, but I didn't even think
No,
of it.
it's we're too far away to go back for that.
Yeah,
Like
It's
I
fine.
don't want to go back to the house anyway, so
We'll
maybe
worry about it later. It's. I'll. Anyone have something I could wrap around it for now?
Sure. And Brian just rips off a piece of his shirt.
You know, as if it'll help to hide it. I'll take it and wrap it around my leg.
I have two meta questions first. What am I wearing? Because last I remember,
Oh,
I think I'm
shit.
naked again.
I don't know. Tell
Didn't
us
you
what you
guys-
might have done, or yeah, when did you get
And
it?
then, second, what's our situation like, Elliot?
There's
Like,
a
are
bunch
we
of.
together? Are we front and back of the line? What's happening?
Oh, I was like the last person like walk through.
Yeah.
I was being kind of a pussy and also
Yeah.
was just moping. So I'm
Okay.
wallowing in self-pity at the back of the group. Also not sure if I'm wearing clothes or not.
Great.
Because I think we were headed up the stairs and then the big
then we
bad
never-
happened.
yeah.
So we might still be walking around in the nudie.
I
Not
thought
sure.
you raided Daisy's closet.
Somebody
Yeah,
did.
Maybe that
So
was
thought- there's a
Brian and
bunch of
Eleanor.
like farm clothes. You're all wearing like just ancient
Daisy got one of you a
secondhand
blanket. I
farm
know.
clothes.
Yeah, I think we were sharing the blanket at one
We
point.
were. And then we were going to go get clothes. And then I
But
thought
then-
something happened and we didn't make it there.
I will say
Yeah.
that at least you both had the opportunity to grab a throw blanket or something that Daisy
Great.
probably had
Okay.
there in that central
High
room.
five. We have blankets.
So
Kitties ain't
um,
flying free for the nips.
making
Okay.
you nude is not important to the story.
Not to
I
you,
didn't think about
maybe.
that.
Awkward.
It's Eleanor. You notice that you can't really see Daisy's wound. She said something about covering it up. I'm going to say that that sort of is implied non-verbally, although it's kind of hard to tell because it's suddenly kind of dark in the tunnel. There's not any light coming from said child.
Is the child still there? Or
Nope, it appears that it has run off or has gone so
course.
far ahead that is no longer, you can't see it.
I do have a question. Can I
Yep.
use my bound advantage to like calm Blythe to heal Daisy's wound? Or is that a thing I can do? I don't know exactly the
It's
limits
a
of my powers here.
possibility. You don't know the limits of your powers either. Yes, you can use it, but you're going to have to sort of, play it out. Tell us how you go about it.
Oh man, I don't even know how to call on.
Well, it's not the, I'm not so tied up over we'll just say it, you can take whatever sort of spiritual aspect approach you want to, if any. That's not important, but I'm more interested in how you come to this decision that maybe I'm going to try that again since she was so helpful the first time.
Well, I mean, during this entire walk through the tunnel, that's all I've been thinking about is this person and my connection to them. Why am I connected to them? What powers do I have? And hearing Daisy like show her wound to Brian obviously means it's serious. I just feel like she would be kind of a hard ass and not show weakness. So if she's worried about it, then it must be something real. So would definitely want to pull or like remember the feeling that I had when I was connected to Blythe and talking to her, and pull on that and see if I can contact her again.
Gotcha. Oh, blast it. I had some notes on my quick grab thing, but I apparently have filed them away. It's what happens. I start to organize myself and I can't find anything. So we'll say you have this sort of moment to yourself while everybody's having this stalled out moment as it is dark now. Ladies and gentlemen, as you are in this tunnel, there is no light at all unless somebody has a source of light that they use. And you reach out. I suppose maybe, I don't know, would Eleanor be the type that would equate prayer with this sort of thing, considering her background?
Oh no, I'm feeling very conflicted with religion at this point.
Season
Everything's
finale.
spiritual at this point.
Curtis is still building character. Hey, you might want to come back for season 4. I'm just saying. That's all right. I'll take it easy on you. I don't know. Just for shits and giggles, and because we're going to be talking to Blythe next week. I'm going to say that you can sense her energy, Blythe, and feel free to ask any questions if you're curious about something, because I've not discussed this at all with you.
Nope. It's great. No, I love it.
So
I get what you're throwing down though, I think.
Okay, so I'm just going to let you kind of take it from there. Seems like Eleanor is having a bit of a moment.
It's almost like another person talking in your brain. You know how you have your own inner monologue?
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking. Like, I don't know. I picture Eleanor's imagining a room in her, like within her mind, like a mind palace, basically, and she's talking to Blythe, and
yeah. Blythe will appear to you in your mind palace.
Can you heal people too? Like you protected the house. What can you do?
Well, I mean, I can do a lot. I don't know if I can heal though, because I really don't have those stats pulled up.
In the larger scheme of the big picture of things, this is going to be quite a few years beyond where you were in Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
So
then yeah. Absolutely.
Confidence.
I mean, it really depends on what I'm healing, on how severe. What are we talking here?
Well, my companion, friend, acquaintance person, Daisy, her wound is infected, I guess, but also, is that real? Can you see if that is real? Because she said it was healed a moment ago, and now it's not. So
you're going to learn that there are many things that seem to be one way, but are really something entirely different. I've seen countless things like that. So
this particular situation, Blythe, you would be able to sense it from there. There is a corruption that they have. It is due to a cursed weapon that was used on them. I say them because Eleanor's got it too.
Where does Eleanor have it? Do I roll something? Can I just know?
Yeah, yeah, you know. She was stabbed in the gut.
Great. So they both were stabbed. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. This is something evil. She's bad off, and you know you are too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've known for a while, or since I got it. So stabbed. There's just been a lot to take in and process. Can you? How do I get rid of it? Is there anything I can do to get rid of it?
That's such a great question.
Yeah.
I wish I had the answer.
This is,
Let me think about it for a second.
Here, this is where I'm going to take over
Thank you, Chris.
for you.
I could just bullshit stuff, but
Yeah,
I
know.
I think
No,
you have a story.
there is something they can do. Their life isn't threatened right now. However, they are on a clock. And they need to seek out a woman that you have met in your span of adventures and whatnot, who is rather old. She is a hag, and she resides in a sort of a spot within Gaia. She doesn't reside in the real world, well, in Elysium anymore, which is the name of the place that you all call Providence. And yeah, they have to find her. And you can also tell from where they are at now in this underground thing that they are sort of well on their way in that direction. There's twists and turns. They could end up in several other places as well, but this is one fashion of getting there. But yeah, they need to find a doorway to Gaia and then seek out the red-headed hag.
Yeah, that.
What's everybody grinning about?
We're all like, Monet? But Monet didn't exist. And it's like, but did she? Who existed?
And Olivia's.
And then he
confused.
said redheaded.
Your hints.
Yeah. So that would be the information that you end up giving her. You can, you can, if it's like one of those, let me get back to you, and you like come back a little bit later and give her that information, is fine. If you want to take a moment to give her some advice or tell her some final parting words or something, I would allow you this moment to do that.
Okay. So yeah, I implant all of that information right into your brain, into your memory compartment. So you know all of this now. So yeah.
Great. Thanks.
I'm sorry I can't be more of help right now.
That is a-okay. I think I know you're trying your best. Thank you for helping me.
Yeah. Just keep going. You're on the right track. And then I fade away.
All right, Eleanor, what do you do? Or what does anybody else do? You're all there. If somebody, You're all there together.
And
This
it's
event with
completely
Delnor
dark,
takes a
right?
small piece of time, small amount of time, so you can still be able to have done something amongst yourselves as well.
Sabella goes back to L. Because I
Okay.
feel like I was kind of in the front of the pack, and now I want to be where she is.
Right. Yep. I thought you two might have something to say.
I'm just like waddling along, head down, not really looking at nobody. Don't really want to say nothing to nobody. You notice that I keep pulling the blanket around me a little tighter to cover up all of the nasty, ugly scars.
Hey,
You probably shouldn't be around me, Sibs. I don't think that's a good idea.
what's a good idea anymore? Where God knows where, and following this child that may not even be real or is maybe a spirit guide of some sort. I don't know. But I was wrong to lash out at you.
Wrong? What do you mean? What do you mean wrong to lash out at me?
It wasn't you. I know it wasn't you. You looked crazy. You looked
It was still
what?
it was my hands. It was my hands,
What?
Bella, and you.
What's going on though? What was that? You don't know anything? You don't remember?
No, Spella, I don't. I don't remember any of it. I get this feeling like something's clawing at my back all the time, and I don't know. I think it's crazy, but that is blood on my hands, Sabella. Whether I knew it or not, and that was your family. And who knows what could happen next. I might blank out again, and who knows, I might end up killing you next.
No.
I can't do that.
You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that.
I didn't think I'd kill your mom and dad either.
You can't say it like that. It wasn't you. I know you, and you are not the type of person that would hurt someone intentionally. You just don't. You don't do that. That's why, that's why you have Oliver, and that's why you like have me, and you have your mom, and you have these people who love and care about you, and you wouldn't do a thing to actually hurt them because you're a good person. And so I know what I saw, and it definitely was your body, but it wasn't your spirit. I don't know where you were, but you weren't there.
I don't say anything. I just kind of like flump my head onto your shoulder. And then you hear really quiet. I love you.
I'll take like a baby step back and hold your head in my hands and kind of put my forehead to yours. I love you too.
Well, I guess we're in this together now.
We were always in this together.
I wish we had better clothes.
Yeah, we have no clothes actually.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
rather not think about that right now.
Yeah, no, it's okay. And she'll give a little smooch to her forehead. So we should be walking or something. Where's that child? That's
Yeah, I wanted to
weird.
I feel
ask.
like, what if we all just like stopped and like turned and have just been watching?
We're having
Right.
a moment. Fine, leave us alone, Daisy. Please don't pour water on me again.
No, thank you.
I had imagined that you had all stopped for a moment as you were dealing with Daisy's wound, which is so sort of some of this stuff is all happening simultaneously. I'm kind of curious about how Roy is feeling. You two are also a rather intelligent man, in spite of your leanings. So, how do you? How it's going through your head as you are traveling down this tunnel, getting further away from the surface?
I just really rather not be in the tunnel anymore, personally.
Oh, have you got a thing about tunnels? Are you claustrophobic, Roy?
Not particularly, but yeah, it's dark. I don't know these people that well.
Oh, right. Yeah. It's just that.
Plus, all the weird shit that's going on.
What do you think about this thing in Daisy's leg?
That kind of infection needs to be taken care of pretty quick. Otherwise, it can get bad. So, hopefully, somebody on the other end of this fix her up.
Did you say anything to anybody as you're walking down this tunnel?
No.
Well, give me a roll +0 then.
There's a 5.
Oh, that's a terrible roll.
Yeah, it is.
You feel as if you are not alone. The group of you is not alone in this tunnel. There's something following you. You've been. It's your spidey sense. It's your deputy sheriff cop senses. If there is such a thing. But we'll pretend that there is. I'll even extend the privilege to Daisy and her military career, since it's the last show, that I'm going to say it's kind of creeping up on you too, that you are kind of feeling like perhaps there's something else inside here.
Hey, Daisy.
Mm-hmm.
That kid shut the weird portal door thingy behind us.
I don't know if he did. Why?
So, whatever invisible fucker in the house that was tossing Brian around like a rag doll could very well be in here with us after all.
I slow down a little bit and scoot a little closer to him, not wanting to like panic the others as we walk down. So you feel it too?
Yeah, I got that chill running down my spine thing going on right now.
Is your gun loaded?
Always.
So what are you thinking? We keep going? We turn around? What?
Well, we sure as hell. We can't go back.
I glance over my shoulder. Sabella's back there.
We ought to group up a little tighter, I think. Keep moving.
I agree. I turn away from him to look back my shoulder at the others, but I keep walking. All right, everybody, make sure to stay close. We don't know what's in this tunnel. All right, don't lag behind. Watching you two over there. That was a lovely display, but we got to. And I gesture between Elle and Sabella. Like, you stick to my heels.
Oh, okay.
We're thinking that there might be something behind us from the house. Keep walking.
All right. Let's go.
Great. And then I pick my pace back up.
Daisy, go ahead and make me a roll plus 02. Not 02, a 0 TOO.
Okay.
And Brian, I would like one from you as well.
Which roll?
Just a plus 0, a disadvantage roll.
Oh,
Yeah, anytime I give you a plus 0, I'll make you roll a disadvantage, unless you've got some weird disadvantage that actually has a thing, but I don't think there is one.
I got an 8.
I got an 11.
It's nice knowing you guys.
Well, one of them was better than a 9.
You, Brian, I don't know how this would manifest in Brian as a mental health sign. Oh, I suppose it's like a yellow topic, right? Mental health. Your obsession starts to take a hold, and you are concerned that you're getting too far away from where you think your mother is. And I get a hold with that, and so I'm kind of curious as to if you were slightly irrational, you're gonna have to step out of the meta for a moment and think about how Brian would start to react and respond when that whatever anxiety, perhaps fear, I'll let you decide. You can make it up, whatever. But you're starting to have a medium-sized bad reaction as you get further and further away and down this tunnel. Do you have a goal at the end of this tunnel? Or are you just kind of stuck here because of all the crap that was happening back there, and now you're in with these fools getting away from...
Other than to get away from the immediate danger.
Right.
No goal. So with that in mind, Brian just kind of, I know we're kind of in pitch dark, so none of you can see this, but Brian like grabs his ear and starts pulling on it really hard and just completely stops. Like dead in his tracks. And is just like freaking out, muttering very low, unintelligible, something about, I can't go any further.
Progress has stopped.
Roy leans over to Daisy. We can just leave him, right?
Shut
I mean, it
up.
would probably slow down whatever is chasing us.
Yeah. We'll just leave him.
I think that's a little not cool, guys.
How'd you hear that? I was whispering.
It's
You
like
whisper
Bella
so
and I-
fucking loud. We're right here.
Roy just got
waddled
Roy
up
just got
behind
meta.
you.
Passive betrayal.
Yeah. Because we got told to
Two?
waddle behind you, Roy. We're
Yeah.
sticking on heels. That's what we got told by Mother Daisy. Roy.
We are ducklings. Roy.
All right, hold on. We're not. We'll try. We'll try. Okay. I turn back to Brian and kind of usher the girls to get close to Roy as I approach him, all stomping steps with my hands on my hips. Brian, what is this now? What are you doing?
I can't keep going. I can't go any farther away. I can't keep walking. Otherwise,
So
I
you're
won't be
just-
able to bring her back. I won't be able to do what I have to do.
And what is that?
I have to bring her back.
You talking about Ruby?
Yeah.
Right, she's sick, right? It runs in her family. I know, I grew up with her.
She's not sick, she's dead.
Wait, she died? Meta. Did I know that she died?
Well, it was. I can't remember
I
who
thought she
whispered it
was
to who.
sick.
Sabella got the information from her right along, and I thought she had told somebody, but I'm not really sure. She whispered it to somebody.
Did I?
Okay, so this probably my first time hearing that his mother's sick or dead.
Yeah,
She's
we'll just
she's
go
not
with
sick,
it.
she's
She's
dead.
dead.
And
Yeah.
I'm the only one who can
Dead.
bring her back. I'm the only one who can fix this.
Well, if you stop moving right now, then whatever is coming down this hallway after us is going to get you. I say this just very calmly, very impatiently. Listen, I'm sorry for your loss. I didn't know. I didn't know. But she lived a long life. She lived a good life. All right. And you don't go throwing away yours. You already listen, I'm going to sound kind of like a cruel bitch here, but you already threw away your life to come back here just to take care of her. Why throw it away even more? Huh? So pick up your pace. Use your brain. You went to school for it, right? You got that big bar smart brain running around in your head, and come with us. We'll find our way back. We can put her to rest. Ain't nothing good gonna come out of bringing someone back from the dead.
Daisy, when
But,
you
Sorry. Does
sorry,
that change
ahead.
Brian's demeanor in any way? Do we need to roll?
What's your relationship with Brian? Do you guys have a number?
I gave him a
like to shoot.
one because we have bonded a little bit. I didn't like him at first, but
I don't know, Brian. It's a possibility. Brian's looking pretty pathetic right now, Daisy, and I think you could probably get him maybe to come along if you went up and gave him a hug.
wow. What a thing to ask from Daisy
Pushing
Hamilton.
the boundaries.
That's
of
really
Daisy.
pushing the boundaries there. She's more likely to leave him in this.
I find horrors in all the right places.
He looks very pathetic, and the most I can muster is to reach up and pat his arm, and kind of my hand lingers there, and I give it a squeeze.
When you do that and you give him a look in the shadows behind him, this head sort of pops up from behind his shoulders, like is behind him, and it is of that it's the woman's face that you saw, although this doesn't, certainly not in any of the regalia that you saw her in. She but pale and with these sort of black veins,
I'm
streaks
shoving him.
running through her face.
I see that right behind him, and what goes from like a very tight smile and a reassuring pat on the shoulder goes to just like I just shove him against the wall and out of the way.
Go ahead and make a violence roll for me.
And I'm not trying to hurt
If
him.
it's
I'm just
against me,
I'm trying to get him out of possible danger.
I know.
well, I'm saying if it's against me, Brian's not doing anything against
I
like
know.
13.
to stop it.
Okay. So yeah, she shoves you to the floor in this cave, basically. And it's not there. She's not there. Everyone, Daisy's just pushed Brian to the floor.
After shoving him to the floor, I'm gonna step forward, like towards the face and towards the darkness, just like ready to grab it and beat its face in. But I'm guessing my fingertips grasp nothing, and I just kind of step forward lamely, ready to fight the nothingness.
Is
Right.
she okay?
Real quick, Curtis.
Yes.
Do
Is
I
Brian
need to
knocked
roll
out?
avoid? Yeah, do I need
Yeah.
to roll avoid?
Brian knocked out again.
That
Now
would
we're
be
leaving.
funny.
Smacked his head.
That would be funny. You always roll bad on that. No, you're good for this one. Unless you didn't see what was behind her, you might have a bone to pick with Daisy because she just shoved it to the floor. She's a little bit strange. Now she says she saw something apparently.
Well, she gave me a hug, and that went a long way.
It was not.
I really felt the love on that one.
It was pretty.
So
close.
I'll just be like, Daisy, why did you just shove me to the floor?
I'm flabbergasted for a moment because it seems I was the only one who saw that. And I shake my head, and I had my pistol in my hip, like almost out, and I put it back in. I thought I saw something. I guess I was just trying to keep you safe, but I think I should take the rear from now on, just in case. And I'm looking at the walls as if they have eyes.
Right. You don't see anything, but you feel like you hear somebody laughing at you. Roy, you're looking down the tunnel, we'll say, in the opposite direction. As you're keeping an eye out 360, you can see that Daisy's apparently handling whatever's going on with Brian. I can imagine that you gave about 2 seconds worth of attention. And you hear what sounds like the little clickety clicks of like dogs' toenails that have not been clipped, walking on a linoleum floor or a concrete floor or something. That little click 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 sound. Because it's multiple feet, right? It's probably at least 2 or maybe even 3. You're down in here. It's kind of gotten cavernous in a sense. But there's no light. You can't see them, but you can hear them a little bit. What do you do?
I just turn back to the others. If we got animals moving in, friendly or otherwise, hard to tell.
Well, can you become the dog whisperer or whatever it is? It's down the hallway there, Roy, and go check it out.
Sure, I'll walk off into the darkness and get mauled by 3 demon dogs or some shit. That sounds like a fucking fantastic idea, Elliot.
So we have people following us, and there's dogs, possible demon dogs.
Hey, they
in-
could just
in
be
front of
regular
us?
fucking dogs, Brown. I don't fucking know.
I really doubt regular dogs would be in a tunnel.
Where the hell are we?
That's been the
That
question of the
is,
day,
in fact,
Dr.
the
Brown.
question, yes.
Can I roll see through the illusion? Roll for soul?
Yes, but what are you trying to see?
Just figure out where we're going. What path are we on?
And did Eleanor share what Blythe told her?
Oh, not yet. No, I haven't.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Thank you.
Right. What are you thinking about right now, Sibylla?
Just getting to where we gotta go. I don't give a fuck about these dogs.
I think the only way to go is go forward. It's the only way.
That's what I'm trying to do.
We have to move.
Everyone's freaking out. We just gotta walk.
What did you roll, Brian?
Does anyone have phones or flashlights on their phones?
Always. Yeah.
Thing is how we're naked in
Yeah.
blankets. That's a big negatory on
This
that
is
one.
true.
Well, if I didn't have my
Yeah.
phone coming from the cave with Eleanor, I wouldn't have it.
You were also naked when you
Also naked.
Yeah.
in the
We're
cave.
both naked.
Roy?
Yeah, everybody.
Chris has found a loophole here to get
the
us
last
without cell
day.
phones.
No one wants to see Daisy
I like the
naked.
mental
She hasn't had
pictures.
that problem yet.
Well, Deputy Royerson, do you
I was
have
about to
a
say, does he have
flashlight on you?
flashlight on your big belt?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
I've
why don't you
been-
turn it on?
Yeah,
I've
you
been
just
using
run
it this
around?
whole
Oh,
time.
okay.
Oh,
Put it down.
Okay.
Do you see any dogs?
Yeah, you see dogs?
Again, burying the lead.
The
It's a
fuck?
single.
How are
It's
them
a
dogs?
single stab flashlight. Like, yeah, it's got we got a cone of light in the front, but that's about it.
Well,
Oh,
where's our
geez.
illuminacious child that was leading us down the path here?
He
Found it
skipped
on.
along.
That's a good question.
He's gone.
So if we hurry after him, do you think he'd still be there?
I don't know. I want Sibylla and Elliot to make me a roll +0.
Oh shit.
Brian, what was your see through the illusion roll?
Wait.
I was waiting on confirmation from you.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
What am I rolling?
I'm
sorry.
multitasking as I'm building this narrative in my head here. +0, a disadvantage roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this isn't gonna end well for me. -3, so yeah.
You've already
I
lost
think I-
stability again. I thought I reset your stability.
Yeah, and then I automatically
And
lost
you-
it a little bit later.
And then you
Yeah.
and then you dumped 3 off at the tables right
But
away.
wait,
You're like Chris at roulette and Twitch.
But
chat.
wait.
we had a good moment, right?
Oh wait.
So
was
that kind
a
of,
positive moment?
I think it was. We said I love you. I kissed her forehead. I thought it was cute.
All right, you get 2 back.
It's positive AF.
Oh, well, you got me a 10. If you want to add it back.
That's good. What'd you get, Sibylla?
A 16.
A 16. Nice.
Cool as a cucumber.
And a 3 for Brian.
Yeah, I don't see shit. Like,
Yeah, I kind of do it
very
sort of
visceral right now.
When you see everything.
I kind of work it sort of the opposite way, and sometimes just because I like it better sometimes that way. Let me think for just a
Dr.
second.
Brown can't roll for shit.
Right.
When it comes to important
My
shit,
God.
apparently
Let me ask you
When
this.
When it comes down to it,
What are you hoping to see
I'm hoping to see
besides a way out? Like, be more specific.
with a 3. I'm hoping to see my reality again. I'm hoping to go back to my teaching job I'm hoping to see Ruby. I'm hoping
There's no
to
place like home.
see.
There's no place like home. Right.
Right.
Gotcha.
I'm Dorothy in this month.
When you are having this moment, I envision you probably, because it's dark enough. If Roy's not like actively shining that flashlight, it's almost an oppressive darkness. An oppressive darkness. So his flashlight doesn't spill out a lot of light, other than where he shines it. However, with your 3, the cavern lights up brightly for you. And this is where we're going to leave our characters tonight. And this is what Brian sees as the lights come on in the cave for Brian, just to give him a little fear morsel to take with him. And Brian, when the lights come on, you see 5 like witches, female forms flowing in black, but their feet don't touch the ground, and they are just hovering and swirling around Sabella and Elliot, in, out, through. There is the this probably 8-foot, long-armed, long-legged, pale-looking woman with no clothes on, completely emaciated, not really like a zombie or anything, but some sort of like a 10-foot naked cave woman with no eyes, and her arms and legs are like 6-7 feet long, rather grotesque. She's right over there by Daisy. Elliot has these black, smoky wings. Not Elliot, Eleanor has black, smoky, visceral, ethereal wings on her back. Roy is shining his light, looking down the tunnel, and down the tunnel, you see what appear to be some dogs, maybe? You're not really sure, but there's several of them. They're black, they're 4-legged, they're low to the ground, they have lots of shiny, dripping teeth. There's probably 8 or 9 of them, and they're like 10 feet away from him. Nobody can see these things. And you hear this very pleasant voice that makes you feel so much better as your mother walks up and puts her hand on your shoulder and says, "It's going to be okay, Brian. We're going to get you through this." And that's where we're going to end it. Dun, 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 dun.
Beautiful.
Are we coming back to these characters at some point, or are they just in hell now?
No, I promised a return of Heartland
They're
next
just in a
winter.
tunnel.
I still need to tell the group about what I learned.
Nope, you're in a tunnel forever. You told us.
Never even told. I'm so sorry. You were having a gay moment, and I didn't want to interrupt. So
That's
It
all right.
wasn't
If there was something that you did want to tell another character, I had told you guys before, I would leave that open. So it's not that I'm ending it. That's where I'm leaving these people with that. Just this they're encircled by monsters basically in this tunnel, and the only person who can see them is the crazy guy.
Awesome. Love it.
And so, yes, Eleanor, if there was something that you wanted to tell them, then I would love for you to tell them and do that.
Oh yeah, I would definitely tell them. I don't know. Yeah, I would tell them eventually before we get out the tunnel. Like, hey, by the way, I had this vision of this person who told me to do these things. Yeah, I would tell them for sure. And I would tell Daisy about her corruption.
How would you describe her?
Blythe?
Yeah.
An angel. Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
curious.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Didn't know if you would
Fair,
take
fair.
it there or if you'd be like wishy-washy about it.
I mean, I would.
Well, you know,
Right.
because
I would definitely
Dramatic
imply that
death.
she's an angel, like a person with wings.
Yeah.
right.
She's small, like pale as hell, has a little bob cut, huge ass wings.
Yeah.
That would be an angel to me for sure. Even though Eleanor is very on the fence about religion and religious figures, she would describe Blythe as an angel.
I wonder if that's why yours are black.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Spooky.
Cool. How would everybody respond to that?
I mean, we're in an endless tunnel following all of this crazy stuff with these magic beings. Sabella would not bat an eye at it. She'd be like, makes sense.
Right.
Sure.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Did anybody else have any I don't want to, cut anybody off. I wasn't trying to keep you. If there was something that you had been getting to say to somebody or wanting to say to somebody other than what Sibel and Elliot, or if Sibel and Elliot have some last words that they would like to get across before they think they die, although you don't know the monsters are there, other than the ones that you think.
I would want to read Elliot roll to read a person after she told us about Blythe and stuff. But if you don't want to roll, that's fine. We can do that.
No, were you curious if she was lying about it, or are you trying to get some more information on it?
He
I'm just
wants
curious.
Eleanor.
So
Yeah, it's not me. It's
if
Olivia.
I roll well, I would be asking if she's lying, but I also have
Make
my
a roll
advantage
and ask
that I would
away.
use.
I'm going to bring in our friend who used to write this thing. Where did he go? Hang on a second. Oh, that's because I'm clicking the wrong thing. There we go. Oh, there he is.
Guest appearance.
uncropped. Hang on a second
Yay!
while I do some rearranging. You guys carry on, and I'm bringing Duke up, who wanted to come join the conversation with us today.
That's exciting.
I'll have to rearrange this whole thing. So, carry on. What were we waiting for?
I wasn't ready.
Oh no, Brian was doing something.
Well, I was thinking about rolling, but when did I guess it would just depend on when Eleanor told us about Blythe and everything. Because if it happened before I saw all the stuff, I would have read a person. But if it happened like during or after I see all the stuff, I'm not going to question it.
I mean, I don't know when.
I'm easy.
I would tell you pretty immediately after everyone's like moving or trying to figure out what to do. Like, hey, we need to keep moving. This is why, and this is
Okay.
why.
Well,
not that.
Brian was kind of out of it at that
Yeah.
point, so we good. We good.
Cool.
Dope.
Right on.
Awesome.
I'm easy. I'm not too. If there's something you want to find out, I'm pretty good. So let me ask you this: given the amount of time, right, that we covered through these characters, and it was pretty much just your sleepers, right? You guys didn't really become aware until recently, in spite of some actions throughout the course of things. But in that development of your characters making that journey, did we miss anything? Is there something that you? Now I know you all have mysteries still to solve, and you're not going to find the answers to those. But I'm curious if there were some smaller things on or around about you or Heartland or anything that you had.
I had something
Yeah.
small.
Go for it.
What was Sherry?
What was she?
Or yeah, I suppose she wasn't exactly human.
Yeah. Well, are any of us? She was originally supposed to be, well, one of a couple of his obsession changed, Duke. When everything came down, it was like, oh, I know what Brian's really obsessed with. He's obsessed with his mother.
Yeah.
So, she was a toy. She was going to play with you for a while, and we were working on that obsession angle from a couple different, you know, points of, attack, I suppose.
Well, and don't give away too much, because there's a link to some other things that
Okay.
may or may not come up.
No
That's
worries.
So if you think back and go back to some of the things, I dropped a couple of hints that you can kind of piece her in to where she fits. But yeah, she's got a role. Just remember where you saw her last, and you can deduct from there, or deduce. Can you say deduct and deduce? Do those work the same, or does it have to be math to do deduct? I don't know. What'd you think, Duke? How it turned around? I know you got busy, and I sort of took a hold of the steering wheel the last half, and it went off-roading. Man, we went.
Well, but that was kind of, I mean, it wasn't the whole plan, but it, you and I talked straight from the beginning. My whole intention with this in the beginning was to make sure that the world was as much a character in the show, make sure the town of Providence was as much a character in the show as the characters were. I've little to no knowledge of KULT mythos, and I was relying on you to bring that stuff in. I just wanted some spooky, weird things to be happening to these poor people in this tiny little town in the middle of nowhere, and then to let it go from there and see where they took it and see where they ended up. And I'm completely and utterly overjoyed at where it ended up going. One of the secret things that we built in from early on was that Joel was there. JoJo was, she was kind of our link to the rest of the stories. Curtis loves to do that, build stuff in from all the other places. And we started talking about stuff and came up with this idea of JoJo being the protector that she is, and roaming through these different purgatories in different places and trying to help people that had not become aware yet to either break cycles or become aware that they had some divinity. So it was a neat little thing, and
I loved that. It was a
I love
wonderful
that.
little
I didn't know
tease.
that. I felt like Curtis kept wanting me to kill this big dog, but I was like, the big dog's helping me.
I was wanting you to do something, right? And I thought maybe you might do that, and that would have been fine for you to
kill
attempt it.
JoJo. I would have
You
been.
wouldn't have.
you would not have killed JoJo. There's no way that you could have done that.
But I didn't piece that together until he said that the angel was with the dog. I was like, wait a second.
No,
I
I
know
knew
someone who's an
instantly.
angel.
I knew instantly
I did
when
not.
the dog
So it was a
came out
friendly
of like the
dog.
tear with me and
awesome.
Elliot. I was like, that's fucking Joel.
Cool.
Yeah. I that's good. I'm glad that you didn't get it though. That's fun. That meant it was more fun. I figured a couple of
I
them
did have
had
a
to
few
at
times
least.
where I thought maybe I should kill this dog. Like,
Right.
Good.
I
That
don't
was
know
the
about this
point.
dog. Yeah, I had no idea that was Joel.
That's why I was vague. Otherwise, I'd have made it a lot more
I was
obvious.
like, I'm just gonna watch it.
And and then we threw in the twist by changing it up too, right? Different dogs.
Mhm.
And I even have found a picture of what I think the original dog looks like, but we'll talk about that some other time. Yeah, I've been on a Manhattan craze here lately as I make the mental transition. Super. So Daisy, how did you feel about or let's say Jaylee, how did you feel about Daisy's development through this little first part? It was probably the hardest for you, being A, you're just a badass to begin with, and then B, you'd already built in the confrontation with monsters into your backstory. So you'd already had, this experience. And, I know that it was difficult for you to try to keep that tone down for our sake.
Yeah, that was definitely the most difficult part, but I just chalked it up to like memory loss and PTSD most of the time. Like,
right.
I just blocked that out, but I know I went through some shit and I have an inkling that the world is kind of messed up, but I can't quite place it, and that just kind of drives Daisy crazy. I like that. I feel like we got to see a lot of softer moments of Daisy this time around, because when we first kind of hit with Heartland, we had that character Tanith, who she hated and did not get along with, and that was fantastic. And she also like killed a police officer. It was wild. If you guys want to see more Daisy content, there's that.
Soup.
But yeah, can't forget the Sheriff Soup. So I feel like we got a little bit more of a personal look at Daisy, especially the episode where you took the journals I wrote for fun and kind of showed a bit of Daisy's backstory. I really liked being able to tell that. That was definitely my favorite part about it all, was just being able to share more of her story, because she's a very complicated character in my mind. So yeah,
you're not
I
done
like
with her
it.
though, right?
No, I'm not.
So let me ask you this: are you disappointed that I've taken you down underground? Were you hoping that Daisy was going to get to do a little bit more shoot 'em up, like Western style, up on the surface? Or
I think I mean, yes, I do like being up above the surface. I was hoping for a spooky scene in a cornfield, but I think having them
I have a
in
cornfield
this
monster too.
hell yeah. I think having them in this particular situation is going to be a test of wills for Daisy. It's going to be a lot more like interpersonal horror for her, because she was stuck in a cave system like this for an unspeakable amount of years. Like, she doesn't even know. It could have been 50 years. It could have been 10. Like, that's that's how time works in this whole thing. But she was stuck in a place just like this. And so I think for her, it's going to become less like physical violence, shoot 'em up, like I can punch my way out of this, and more like, no, I'm slipping back into this horrible psyche that I managed to get out of. So if we continue on another season in these caves, I can definitely see her just absolutely spiraling.
I usually don't keep them in caves too long. Yeah, I just find a finger or something, and I'll usually get you out after that. The finger or the box or something. I'll let you out of the caves. Well, I can't think of any more questions. Eleanor, what did you think? You're sort of. Let me ask: is Eleanor like you're kind of on some sort of adventure now, right? In some aspect, I suppose, and are away from the family. Is that good or bad?
Yeah, I think it's great. I was actually, that was going to be my comment, was that I'm very glad to see Eleanor out of her family's eye and on her own, and trying to, like, I feel like she would be more confident, more feisty, more willing to take a lead rather than being so muted with her family. So
yeah, and I think, well, and now that I look back at it, you kind of had the most positive ending. I mean, you actually gained Blythe and your own new mystery to solve.
Be way worse.
Got it, buddy.
Honestly, yeah, I thought I was gonna be fed to my family. So,
you're gonna have a demon baby,
or a demon, demon baby. Which, I guess I'll take care of that later.
And you guys all came into your archetypes, right? Like, have you been playing on your sheets as your archetypes?
I've been given them just over the last couple episodes.
Right. Just recently, right?
Yeah. And then I always make them try to justify it narratively when they try to do it, instead of just saying, I do this.
No. Yeah, I know that. I've been watching. I'm not ignoring the show.
No, I know. I'm just. I threw them for a loop for a few times because some of them didn't know what they had, so they kind of got tossed on them. That was all I'm saying. But yes, they have just over the last couple episodes started.
Well, and you know what I mean, Olivia from the beginning. Well, I mean, this whole show from the beginning, it was supposed to be the story of Sabella and Daisy, with everybody else as kind of, cursory in and out, helping to move the plot forward, helping to kind of broaden the world. And then we do what we always do, and we quickly realize how much fun we have together and how important all of these portrayals are. And we were just like, yeah, fuck it, who's available? Let's figure out a story for this week. Yeah, it was, and having Olivia, I have to say, I mean, I'm grateful for all of you, but really and truly, I'm so glad to have you back. I'm so glad to see your face. I've missed you so much, and I'm so glad that you said yes when I reached out to see if you had the time or were willing to do this again. So I love you very much, and I'm so happy that you're here.
Duke, I love you too. You're gonna make me cry on camera. That's so sweet.
She's also said she's going to come back and play a character for me a couple of times in this Manhattan series too. So we'll still get to see her again. She's going to play somebody special, another one of my plants. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm extremely excited. I think you guys are going to have a ball, fun in some sense. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I know everybody's got something going on this Friday night, but I want to make sure that everybody had a chance to say something that they wanted to say about this season before.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah, what's the question?
Wait, I forgot.
Dang it, Erica.
That's why I'm opening the floor, because I know that
the person in Roy's car, was that Griswold? The king of the highway?
Oh, no.
We love Griswold.
No, see, you guys never. There's a whole nother thing happening up on the surface. Remember, the Quickie Mart just blew up, and there's
right.
A thing going on up there.
People are nailing their cats to doors and shit.
I definitely forgot the Quickie Mart blew up.
It's just on fire.
You buried the lead.
So, no, there's still lots of mysteries to solve, and lots of action on the surface as well.
But you have to get back to the surface first.
Right.
Yeah, we're in a hole.
Before we die.
Yeah, with your glow.
I will say, Duke,
oh yeah.
I feel like Sabella did not get to her archetype.
I agree.
I don't think I was utilized at all, because I think I really handicapped myself in the fact that I could only do shit if it was written in instructions in front of me, and all my books were at the rows. I didn't.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a thing that we need to talk about, because Henry was the same, right? Henry's the occultist too. It's and Kurt, you either have to figure that out, or we can change your archetype. But
well, there was. I mean, this it's not really a spoiler because she knows it's there, but the thing that, and partly it could have been my fault too, has just not pointed it out. I think I only brought it up a couple of times, and that was the recipe box, which was something that Duke had told me about, and I brought it up a couple of times, and I had already had it in my head that once you had decided to make the choice to investigate that box, and like, you know what, I'm going to take the time to actually open it up and roll and say what's in the box. Beyond what you think is in the box, then some other things would have happened, and you would have probably been able to do some simpler ritual type things that I would not have been a hard ass about.
Anyway,
right?
Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was just my bad.
No, it's not your bad at all. You did wonderfully. What are you talking about?
No.
She's so rounded, and you were the stuff between Sabella and Elliot. You showed all these different sides of her, and the strength, but how broken she is at the same time. The care that you give, but this hard exterior that's really just a front, because you are this broken child inside that has all of this trauma.
It's exactly
fuck
what
the
I
archetype.
wanted.
Who gives a shit about the archetype? You gave us a beautiful 3-dimensional character, and yeah, that's what I am hoping for out of these things. I don't give a shit if you play the occultist or the Avenger or any of those things. I just want you. I want you to have fun, and I want you to enjoy, and portray someone that's important to you.
If I had my way, you would still be sleepers. So you're fine. There's
No.
there's a narrative to your getting all of that. It just never came about. We just ran out of time, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do selfishly wish I had more Sabella moments.
But it's all there. We have it. It's
But I
there,
am glad
for
that
you
we
to
were able to see
discover.
more of everyone.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Do we have time for one more thing?
Yeah.
I want everybody to go around and say what you're, you know what I mean? Give me one moment from the show that sticks out. What was your favorite thing? What was the scariest thing? What was the weirdest thing? What was the thing that grossed you out the most? I don't care, but you know, I want to hear from your mouths, you know, what sticks out.
Uncle Duke's in the house.
Honestly, the time I killed a horse.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Chris,
good stuff.
I haven't heard your voice in a minute.
I was distracted by a cat.
I know.
Same.
I don't know. A lot of the early Roy bits from the first couple of episodes where you could just see how big a piece of shit he was. Like the you remember the God bless him
Yeah.
from what, episode 1, episode 2 that I was in.
Beautiful cringe.
Roy was one of my favorite characters, though. I loved him so much. Every time he opened his mouth, I was like, yes.
Oh, speaking of Roy opening his mouth, Sabella, hot
God.
topic call.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Your comment about Hot Topic killed me. I was like, how do I even respond?
You don't. You just stand there and burn.
Yeah, no, I just I had a lot of fun just giving Roy some one-liners every now and then.
Erica?
Oh, there's always so many good moments, especially playing with you fuckers. I mean, you all are so talented and so quick-witted. It's so much fun. I think one of the most beautiful moments that kind of stuck with me as a character and kept me in it every time I was kind of like, what's going on? And am I supposed to be mad at Sabella or Sabella's supposed to be mad at me? I don't know what's happening. Was the moment that Elle was about to pass out and Sabella is trying to get the hag off of her. And there's that moment that they both want to self-sacrifice for each other, but yet they have not said a single word to each other past the point of being friends. And I don't know, I thought that was a great moment. And I thought that always was kind of like the thing that whenever I was like, I don't know what's going on and I don't know how to get back to what makes these characters tick. I always went back to that moment. Just getting to hear Krista be like, but I love her. I was like, oh, I thought you was gonna play hard to get, Krista. Now she's already admitting that she loves me. All right, I'm down. Let's go.
Yeah, I was surprised by how fast that happened too.
Because Curtis was just like milking it. Oh my God, Binks. He was just like coaxing it out of me. And I was like, this is what he wants me to say. I know it. It took me a minute though. It took some convincing.
I don't know if that's what I was pushing for. I mean, I might have been driving it in some sort of way.
You
Maybe.
definitely were.
I didn't have any ulterior motive to make that happen. I just knew there was a relationship there, so I poked and I prod sometimes. You guys built this story. I mean, everything tonight came from you. I mean, I put an ugly face to it, but I came with no notes tonight. I worked on something else all day long today. I was like, do I want to spend some time working on tonight? I'm like, no, they're going in a cave. You can come up with something in a cave, right? So
In a cave they go.
yeah. I just left it at that.
Well, I really liked the Daisy backstory episode. That was really fun because it was like my fan fiction come to life. But I also really liked, and I guess this isn't super canon, maybe it was a dream or whatever, but I liked the Halloween episode where it was me, Brian, and Eleanor like stuck in the shop together. I thought that was pretty fun. And it
That's-
was kind of reminiscent the Long Strange Trip episode where me, Erica, and Chris were stuck in the hotel.
Oh,
That
when
was
I wanted
also
to.
really fun. I
That
just
was when I
guess
tried to
like
throw a
being
grenade
trapped
and
in
got told I was
places.
stupid.
It's the bottle episode. Every now and then you can do a good bottle episode.
right.
Yeah.
Austin, what about you, man?
For me, the biggest thing that stood out was when you messaged me and you had me write like a 5-minute monologue essentially over grief. It made
Your
me
lecture, yeah, your lecture was good.
yeah, I really enjoyed like coming up with the lecture for my students and Erica, her character. It really made me like think and reflect on the episodes before and kind of like try to blend that in, because it was fresh from the death of the kid early on,
Yes.
and it was that really pulled me into it and made me a lot more invested in the story, and I really appreciate that.
I call him Swamp Boy.
And then my favorite thing is just Brian like getting knocked out every 5 seconds.
Right.
That was my absolute favorite thing.
Yeah, it became the
there
MO, man.
There goes Brian getting
I
knocked out
almost
again.
knocked you out by pushing you on the paved floor again.
You
Oh,
definitely should have made him roll just to see what if he would get
I would have
knocked out
done it
one more time in the finale.
I would have turned to Ray and been like, well, I suppose we are leaving him.
Yeah.
at that point. I would have been like, just let me
I
die.
ain't dragging your
I
ass.
died.
I was ready, and I had already made the decision. If somebody insisted that he roll, I would have said it. I was just trying to be, teacher last day of school sort of
Had
situation.
I failed, I would have chosen death.
Oh no!
And I would have been like, Daisy
I'm
accidentally
not getting
snaps
knocked out.
Brian's neck.
Oops.
Really, that would have been a dark turn, for sure. I liked the lecture episode
Don't
too
let Daisy
because
get to broken. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
that was a challenge for me. I did some stuff that I had never done before, as far as like technical stuff, OBS with the slideshow, as your PowerPoint. I like that episode too, as like as far as a technical sort of thing. So that was a lot of fun. What was
I
your
actually
favorite
wanted-
part, Duke?
Wait, hold on. I want to
Oh.
tell Austin something quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, Duke. I love you. You're gonna have to wait just 2 seconds. Oh, it's really funny that you brought up the lecture episode because as you were sitting there telling Daisy, that your mom was dead and you couldn't get over it, I wanted Elliot to have a smart ass comment about like, you taught us about the 5 cycles of grief, you asshole. You can't figure this shit out. I was like, I'll keep my mouth shut. So yeah, it was on my brain tonight too, just so you're aware, because that was a good lesson, Mr. Dr. Brown.
Yeah, Dr. Brown's stuck on acceptance.
Right. There's some irony in there.
Mm-hmm.
I
I like
that.
it. Okay, now Duke, you can have it. Sorry.
That's-
Had to-
yeah. Did everybody else get to say? I think we went around, didn't we?
Liv, did you give us something?
I didn't say
Yeah,
anything.
shooting my horse.
Oh, the horse. That's right.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Sabella, what was your favorite moment?
I have 2.
Oh,
The first one is from like the very first episode, the second episode, where Daisy was blamed for killing that child, but the seaweed monster was actually just in his throat. That was pretty gruesome. I loved that. And then the other one was my Christmas memory,
right.
where I got it was like a Hallmark movie, and I got Babadook, and that was really cute.
That was a good one. Oh,
That was a good one.
I had so much hell planned for Daisy. Duke had a whole bunch of hell. That was mostly a lot of Duke's creation back then. But well, yeah, there was the whole Will trying to get Officer Roy involved. Yeah, see that all that's still alive out there.
Yeah.
Those were all great moments. What was your favorite moment, Duke?
My favorite moment. I don't know that I have a favorite moment. The really the scene where, same as Olivia said, that episode where she started to see the visions and the world around her started to change, and she turned back to Uncle Ray and was headed back to the house, and it wasn't Providence anymore.
Right.
And all she saw was the house in the distance and the hellscape, and then all of the stuff that came around after that. And that was one of those scenes that I was like, yes, this is great. Not that I didn't love all of the rest of the stuff, but that turn, you know what I mean? That was kind of the first real turn where it opened up into, you know, all of the really culty, you know, mystical, other breaking the illusion down as a whole kind of thing. That was a great scene. That was a fantastic scene. But I'm proud of all of you. I thank you guys for, you know, what's the right word? Playing in this madness and indulging me. And I'm so happy and proud of all of you, and I love all of you so much.
Who's excited to come play Manhattan?
Oh hell!
You know that's right.
Oh hell yeah!
Who's ready
Fun
for
and
another
exciting.
Harvey
Thanks,
freak
too.
out?
Oh my God, yes.
Classic Harvey.
Bullshit. Just
You should-
Ramble. Just paragraphs of mouth vomit.
It's
Yes.
actually amazing. I was working today. This will be my final words, and then I'll get us out of here. I was working today on the new show that I had planned on plugging anyway. I've already plugged it a couple of times. Dr. Kennedy, A Century in Inferno. This is going to be a short voice-only video series. It's not going to be short. The episodes that we put out will be in very short, easily digestible chunks of Dr. Kennedy's 100 years, his century in Inferno. And in doing that, because I had sent my minions to go find the episode, because I couldn't find my notes, because I was taking paper notes back then, on exactly how Dr. Kennedy ended up in Inferno. Well, I found it, and I'm not going to get into it because that's all coming out as part of the prelude that I'm going to release on Monday. So you'll all get to see it then. But in just combing through, because it sort of bled from the end of one episode through another one, and then it got touched on during some conversation in the beginning of this third episode. So I got bits from all three of those episodes. But there was so much stuff that happened with everybody in just that little span of time. So many little things that happened that I could have already just planned out the entire next season just off of that. I was like, oh man, I completely forgot about that. Oh my! I was just like, oh man, we didn't even do that. You know, the drop balls, right? The things that you get to the end of the thing, and you're like, oh shit, we didn't get to Sabella's recipe box, right? So I got Sabella's recipe box as an example, right? As some sort of metaphor that I was discovering. So just as a little bit of nostalgia and warm up, you might go back, and because your characters were a lot cooler than you may remember, it was quite a bit of fun. But you'll get a taste of that on
I think
Monday.
I remember the moment of us all like coming back from what happened to us, like Dr. K coming back from Inferno, us all like coming back together, and I remember it being very victorious and very badass. And he
Yes.
like unleashed a bunch of minions that he summoned from the ground, and I was like a foot taller. So good.
I believe that was the because it's not really a spoiler. I believe it was the third time or the third battle that you guys had with the Doctor,
hmm
when all of that happened. But
Is that the
yeah.
time that I got banished to wherever I am? The third time? Was that it?
I think that was the time that they had you strapped down and they had to physically rip the wings out of your back.
Oh,
We
yeah.
all got our
Yeah, yeah,
super
yeah.
super
Oh,
took
powers.
for 2
right.
years.
Yeah.
And
2
for
years.
any and all of that stuff, go back to our YouTube page and watch the original series of Manhattan.
Yeah,
Yes, please go
subscribing is
watch
free.
it.
By
It
the
Go
was-
way.
watch it.
Plug in
It's
right
so
there.
Totally
16,
free
17,
to
and 18.
subscribe to the
Hours of
YouTube
entertainment.
channel.
Olivia's been
Hours.
watching it, and she'll send me
I
Snapchats
have.
about it. And it makes
You
me so happy.
Yes, I have to prep. I have to prep for this.
What episode are you on? That's
I'm only on episode 4.
That's okay. They're
You're
long.
good.
They're long.
Oh, the
Especially
sound was terrible
2.5
back
is
then.
like 4
It gets
hours.
better.
It's
It's
better.
really cool to like watch the progression of the first Manhattan to now.
Yeah.
So it's been good. It's a good
Yeah,
time.
we were just doing it for shits and giggles. Didn't really have an audience. You can kind of tell.
Yeah.
Do
you like my face
the whole
paint?
time.
Yes, I do love your face paint, Krista.
I think that's what I'm lacking in these
That was-
games is more
There
face
was
paint.
So many
Yeah.
good face paintings.
Curtis,
Speak?
I have another
Yes.
favorite moment that I would like to
Yes.
share, and also an apology. I'm so sorry for ruining your narrative, but one of my favorite moments was when Eleanor told the demon to fuck off because she didn't want the baby.
That's so good.
Baby, and she's like, I don't fucking want it.
Joke's on you, motherfucker.
Get that shit done
I don't
so
want this
hard.
demon baby. Thank you.
I would imagine that Duke would probably agree with this, but I think some of my funnest moments are always when you guys do the thing that I am not expecting you to do.
Yep.
That's what makes it fun for me, because then I have to think and act.
It's the
right?
DM. Oh shit moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you
Yeah.
don't know how much of that stuff sparks other stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
The conversations that we would have after episode was like, holy shit, did that thing that she said, now we can do the thing that we were talking about doing with the other thing, but it makes more sense because she said that.
Mhm.
It was you guys. I can't thank you enough. It was so much fun. You guys
was
just
beautiful.
it's a bit of joy.
All right.
I can't say that enough.
Well,
Anyway.
I'm excited because there's just a whole lot more coming with Manhattan, which will start next week. That's going to be Friday. We're going to start an hour later, so that we can get Sasha back, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
Y'all are killing me.
Saturday, the
Yeah,
very
sorry, I
next
moved to
day-
the West Coast and I have a job, so
How dare you?
this day, it's a lucky situation. But the next day, Saturday, I believe that's the 6th, if I don't have my dates all mixed up, at 1 p.m. Central is the premiere of Asylum Fracture. That is the Heart Beneath the City game, which is a non-cult game, something new that's not cult, coming to TTRP Theater for the first time in a year almost.
Shit.
Well,
Yikes.
what we had, like the Dragon Heist that was going on and stuff. We've had a few that trickled through, but yeah, it's kind of nice. We're gonna have something else. That's Cthulhu Kid, a new GM who's been on a couple of games with us. He was in one of the charity streams as a GM, and we're excited to have him and his crew. T-Dorf 67 is going to be on that cast. He finally twisted my arm enough that I told him who he had to tell to get a part. So now we've had him on a couple other stuff too. He's a hero I tease. And then Sunday, a week later than that, the 14th.
Yes.
Is that the right date? Yes, at noon.
Yes.
That's a Sunday at noon, and it's going to be Happy Little Faces.
Happy little faces.
Happy little faces.
Yay,
face.
We got happy faces.
It's a face.
Krista, what are you going to do on Happy Little Faces?
I'm gonna paint my face, and I'm going to instruct Jaylee on how to paint her face, and just
Yeah.
talk about life.
I'm
So,
not
yeah.
gonna do good at it. It's gonna be really funny.
It's gonna be great. It's just gonna be us talking about stuff.
With
Paint
guest
our
star
faces.
Erica.
Yeah, Erica will be there saying things.
So it'll be
I,
a good talk show.
We'll be there to guide conversation and ask Jaylee to possibly use a makeup wipe.
Mayhaps if you
Yes.
join the Discord on TTRP Theater on Discord, maybe you could give us a suggestion onto topics.
That'd be good.
Topics
Yeah.
or the art on our face. I'm always
Yes.
looking for good themes or a thing to
Is
put.
that-
Be a part of the conversation. Be a part of the family.
Yeah, come
I'm
hang
doing
out
a
with
lot of
us.
flourishes with my hands. It won't be scary at all. It won't be anything like this.
I had-
No.
so I had-
It's very lighthearted. Literally painting my face.
We're gonna
Painting
just
her
sit and
face.
talk about life and what's going on and how we're all
Yeah.
doing and feeling.
It could be scary. I have some scary face paints up my sleeve. We could do something. It's whatever
Well,
y'all want it to be.
over Zoom with this, you're going to be doing sort of a mirrored look, trying to do it. I've been trying to imagine how it is to try to do makeup in a mirror or with a screen, trying to copy off of somebody and follow their directions. I don't know how you're going to be able to do it. I would have to,
Everyone always
great.
asks me like how I do it in a mirror, and I'm like, it's just like putting on makeup. What are you talking about?
oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. I get it now. Super. Does I can't think of
Come tell
anything
them
else.
that.
The Dr. Kennedy prelude, you're gonna get a little taste of that come
We're still
Monday.
live.
Yeah.
And your mic is still on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm live.
It's a Stevesy.
It's a Steven.
But we're not gonna be
Talking
live for very
shit.
much longer. We're all
I was
done.
just telling her to, get this thing wrapped up. We got a new episode of WandaVision to watch.
I told you guys.
Wu-Tang.
Same.
I told you.
Well,
Gotta hop on
shit.
that shit early like the rest of us.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes,
What do you
I
yes.
have to
do with
wait
your
for
life?
him.
No WandaVision for me tonight. I have other things to do. All right. Well, I can't think of anything else I got to plug. We'll be back next week. I'll be on Monday to share that Dr. Kennedy thing with you about noon. So come check me out then. That'll be on Offstage. And the Vampire Interpreter's got a couple of new things planned for March. He's going to interpret some more vampires. So I am excited about that. Those were awesome shows. Did you see how many people wanted to come see Adam and the LARP stuff? And if you guys haven't checked out the theater people here that are with me, go to the Jackalope Studios website and just look at that stuff that they do.
It's so impressive.
It blew my mind. It beat the hell out of the half a dozen kids that wear the kilts at the park with their big foam swords that I've been watching.
I was that. Do not shit on that.
No, I'm not.
Not shitting on it.
I'm
but
not shitting on it. I'm just saying
This is next
that's all
level
I
shit.
Very
knew.
impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
It's
and I
next
was
level
like,
shit.
right. Whoa. Yeah, it was like, it's like the passion play kind of level type stuff that they're doing is just like ridiculous. So anyways, it was exciting. He's going to do more of that, and we're all happy to have that. They've got a new show that's going to be coming up when we start the summer season in May, and we're excited about that. So lots of exciting things always happening here at TTRP Theater. Thank you very much for coming and watching. If you catch us on YouTube, hello, future people. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click the thumbs up and throw a comment in. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't like. Maybe we can fix something. Maybe I can tell you to, go pound sand. Who knows? We'll work that out. But I do know that we do have to be kind to each other. We do have to wash our hands. We need to mask up, do all that stuff so we can all get through this nonsense and get back to whatever normal life ever really was. But from all of us here at TTRP Theater to all of you out there, we always like to say good night, sweet dreams, and we love you.
Good night.
Good night,
Dreams.
We want to say
Join us on Discord and tune in next
And
week
we
for
love
Manhattan.
Everybody say not a 9.
Give us a
Oh, that is definitely not better than a 9.
That's
No,
9
that is
upside down
that
right
is
there.
really
That's
no,
what
that
that
is.
is.